Hello, in this video we're going to cover simple systems in ControlPro. Simple systems are useful for those that are running automated systems, not manual, and are just looking for a more simplified version of the system screen. To access simple systems, we'll come into the systems and scales component, and here in the upper right with the person with the gear, you'll see it says simple systems. Click on it. It brings up this window. I'll go ahead and minimize the home screen. So what you're seeing here with each of these tabs are the systems that have been created for your instance of ControlPro. From here, you could access any of those systems, assign tickets, and process it directly here from the simple system. If you wanted to just open up a single tab, you could come to this little window icon here, click it, and that brings the tab. If you want to return it to the simple system, just grab it by the tab, swing it over here, and it will add it back to your simple systems. If you want to reorganize the order of the tabs up here on your simple system, you can just grab it with a click of the mouse, hold, drag, and it'll relocate the tab. So from the simple system screen, we can process tickets a couple different ways. First way is if you already have tickets that have been created, whether it's by third party or you create yourself in the ticket creation component, you can search for it here just by clicking search. It'll bring up all your various tickets. You can select one of those tickets by double clicking and it loads it right into your simple system screen here. It's going to list your total requested for all your products. It's going to give you that information right there. Again, because this is simple, it's not going to be giving you the batch details screen. This is just giving you the bare bones of running a ticket. So down here, there's a couple pieces of information: total requested percentage, total requested acres, total requested pounds. If you're running a piece of equipment with compartments, you can run sub batches. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but we're just going to go ahead and process this ticket. Hit the process button. Here you can see it's running the ticket. The bars are filling. Will be done here in just a second, and when it completes, ControlPro think here for a second, and boom, ticket's gone. So say from here you don't have any tickets created, or you just want to be able to create tickets quickly right here in the simple systems. Just come up here to the new with a plus sign, and what it's going to do is list all the products or materials you have that are ran on this system. Here you can make a description of that ticket. Here from this screen, you'll see the materials that have been assigned to this system. From here, you can add a description of whatever this may be. In this case, we're just going to call it a sample batch. But again, this is where you're going to put your description. Customer, I have it set to default customer, but you can come in here and assign the customers to the you can assign customers to the ticket. Here, if you click customer, that's just going to give you some more details on this customer. So for here, what we're just going to run is a straight 40,000 pound load of product 3. Get down here, total amount. We're going to be doing this as pounds. We're not using a carrier, so we don't have to auto-calc that. It's a liquid load. If you're using formulas and you want to import the formula, you could click this button here, bring in the formula as well. But in this case, we're just going to be running this 40,000. We'll hit create. That ticket's now created. Here we see we're requesting 32,000 because that is our max blender size. So which I go into that in more detail on our sub-batching video. And here we're going to go ahead and hit process, and again we'll just give it a minute here. It's going to process this load. It's going to do a couple seconds of thinking, and the load is complete. Quick little segue here. If you want to change that mixer capacity, since we're on the system here in the tab, we can hit this button, which you'll see looks familiar to here for system details. That's exactly what this is going to be. Click on it. It's going to give us our details. Hit the details tab. This is something a little new for 3.1, but it's going to give you options for your primary mixer capacity, alternative mixer capacity. For primary, we're going to change that, let's say to 50,000 pounds. And now you can run a 50,000 pound load if you wish. Next, I'd like to cover assigning of a piece of equipment to the ticket in Simple Systems, specifically a piece of equipment that has compartments selected. That way you can do a sub batch. First thing I want to show you though, to make sure you're able to do that within Simple Systems, you'll want to go into your settings screen, local, general, and make sure that the show simple compartments is checked. If not, you will not see these options down here in your Simple Systems. So if you don't see these, make sure you go into the settings screen and check that checkbox. So we'll go ahead and select a ticket. So there's a couple ways we can add equipment to this ticket. You can hit the search and it'll bring up your equipment search window. Our first piece of equipment here does have compartments selected. If you know the number or the unattended ID, you could, without having to hit search, you can enter the unattended ID, hit enter, and it'll bring up your piece of equipment. As you can see here, we have the checkbox for compartment requested pounds. This is where you can set up your sub batches. Again, this is just for automated. If you're manually sub batching, you will not be able to do that in ControlPro. Or I'm sorry, you will not be able to do that in Simple Systems. So we're going to set this up to run half of this load, 1,100, and then we will hit process. ControlPro will run our first batch. You can see here the bars. It's running the product. We'll give it just a minute here, and the first sub batch has been ran. You can see here it's been just look at the bars. You can see that it isn't complete yet. Total requested 40,000, total delivered 20,000. Same with product 4. We come down below, see there's still 20,100 left to deliver of the total requested pounds. So we just hit the process button again, and ControlPro will run your second batch. It'll be done here in just a second. And then to complete this ticket, you do have to manually complete it by hitting the complete button. And the ticket is done. If you have it set up for BOL, for printing anywhere, that will happen after you are done with the sub batch. So this has been a simple intro to Simple Systems. Again, this is useful for those of you who are running automated systems, nothing too complicated, and you're looking for a user interface that's a little cleaner than the system screens, less buttons and options and tabs, and just kind of make things a little easier for yourself and your operators. If you have any questions regarding Simple Systems, if you need some assistance setting it up, or would even like a little bit of training on running some products and doing tickets and such through Simple Systems, please reach out to Murray Equipment at 260-480-1340. We'll be happy to help. Thank you.